And we can start with questions in the room.
So with the play in the first half last night, do you think it was a good wake-up call conceding that goal in stoppage time to not get complacent, especially with another match coming up against a team that's down the table and fighting for points?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we came off, a very good Red Bull game, Derby win, clean sheet. So in terms of what we were trying to do, I don't think anything harmed it or hampered it in terms of the opponent and in terms of our preparation and in terms of how the first half went. Some games go your way, some games you have to work your way into the game, and sometimes you need a reset at halftime. It's just unfortunate. I think if we go in at 1-0, I think the sort of complexion of the game changes slightly. But we knew Montreal was a very good team coming into it. They had 7 points in their current stretch, which put them way higher up the table if you just track from match day 18. So we knew what we were up against, and Owusu, who's training in all the right reasons at the moment, has scored now 3 or 4 on the bounce. So, but we found a way to win, and that's the most important thing.
At this point, Kevin Sullivan's the leading goal scorer for Union too, and he's been run at some high pressure situations with the first team. How do you think he is developing and adapting to the MLS level, and do you see his role expanding at all?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know in terms of what expectations are on the outside, but I think the expectations on the inside are exactly where they need to be from Kevin's side, from my side, and the club side. I mean, he gets, a couple of substitution appearances already this year. He gets the half-time in Columbus, or a second half in Columbus. He gets the, 60 whatever minutes in Nashville. I'm not too sure there's too many 15-year-olds around the world that are, accumulating that game time. So, I think one thing is to develop, one thing is to protect, one thing is to, there's got to be a bit of give and take there.
All right, we can switch over to Zoom. Jonathan Tann.
Next, Nico Bradley. From the look of things, there is a tropical weather system of some kind at Houston this weekend. What are you guys doing to prepare for that?
Fly in and hope for the best, I suppose. There's nothing too much, that's one of the things, unfortunately, we can't control, and we just have to see how that plays out, and hopefully there's a window for 2 hours that we can play a soccer game.
Is it the getting in and the getting out are made easier by charter travel, obviously, but do you get involved in any of the planning of that stuff in terms of time?
No, I mean, if there's something alarming, we'll speak to Josh Gross and Dan Nolan. These guys are masters of their craft, from what I've seen over the last 6 months, and they don't put anything to doubt, and they cover all the corners. So, I put my full trust in them, and if there's any issues along the way, they'll come and talk to me or the staff. Yeah.
All right. Any final questions?
Yeah, I'll do one more. It's another 3-game week, and we talked last night. I mean, we talked barely 12 hours ago, obviously, about Jacob Glesman's coming out in the 60th minute, and whether that helps save a little gas in the tank for tomorrow. But how much rotation were you planning on anyway for a game like this? That's a road game against the Western Conference opponent.
Yeah, I don't think every game, that we're going to play, whether cross-conference or not, we feel good with our roster where we are currently. And I think, if you think about Chicago or the St. Louis game, or, we've made a couple changes. And if you think, through all the adversity the guys have been through with injuries and whatnot, I think guys are confident to start or be competitive regardless who starts. That's the first and foremost, and then that's credit to the players, because they've adapted a situation here very well. They love the way we're playing currently. They love who we are. They embrace who we are. And that gives chances for everyone, because they know through the collective effort we are strong. So, but we do have a couple guys on some cautionary, 4 cards at the moment, and Jacob is another one away. So, we're just trying to manage him in the best way possible, as we are the rest of the group. So, we'll see what comes in the next 24 hours, who's recovered in what way, and who's eligible.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Right. Thanks, Bradley. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you.